What's up, folks?
You just couldn't wait for that, could you?
I couldn't wait. Oh,
Mike does it again. Happy Friday.
what's up, everybody? What's going on? I was gonna say hello, cats and kittens from Carol from the Tiger King. Remember, she's like, "Hello." Did you ever see that show? Don't watch it. But if you
No, I'm
have,
so glad you didn't do that.
oh yes, because it's terrible. Instead of with
But
David,
you
with the with.
but you did do it though.
Yes, I did. I end up doing it by saying I wasn't going to do it. So let's get to the title before we get any more sillier on this awesome Friday. Hi, everyone. Elle and Mike Money Muscle back. And today is life is happening through you and for you, not to you.
Episode 20.
And I guess to lay it out there, a lot of times people think that they have to take what life gives them, like there's someone dictating life to them, and then they take it from there, like they have no say so. But the reality is, science, religion, spirituality, let's get it all in there. It doesn't matter what you believe, the answer is still one, it's still the same. That
Mm-mm.
is, you create life from inside. It doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. And the best part is, it's happening for you.
Ooh, that's the kicker. That's the
The end.
beautiful.
Have a good Friday. Goodbye.
All right, bye guys. We
Good night,
are
guys. It was really nice. It was really nice. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's wrap that one up.
checking out. No, I really like that, especially
Mic drop.
the for you part really seals it though. I love that part.
You
For
do?
you.
Yeah.
For you.
That's really, yeah. Yes. It's
It's
happening
yeah.
from the inside. And El, how good of a week did we have as we were allowing?
Oh my God, amazing. It's such an awesome free fall. It's a free
It is.
fall. It
It is.
really is. And there are so
With
many
no.
opportunities which the universe will always give you to, there's one thing to say things, um, but once then opportunity is there and you're in the midst of it, to practice it, whew,
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
whole nother place to be because it's all these things in at once and you're just like it's like you're in school, we are in school and then you hear your lessons and then there's the test, air quotes,
Yes.
you're right,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then your blood
Yes.
pressure is
I'm loving
rising and you're about to jump off the bridge but you
all the
don't.
natural reactions that we normally have. But the difference is now, if I can speak for both of us, is
Mhm.
we learn that those fear, anxiety, and all those things are nothing more than us trying to dictate how things should happen in the middle rather than trusting that everything's already done. So this stuff, these quote unquote tests don't become tests because you can't test the universe. You can't test something that's perfect.
That's
It
so true.
before you even had a concept of what you wanted on a conscious level, it was 99% done.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes it just seems too easy to really believe that our only
Yes.
prompt in life is just to relax and have and what
Chillax.
can
Chillax.
it really be? No, there has to be more to it.
I gotta justify this, right? Like there ain't no way. I worked too hard to get this thing XYZ, and then you gonna tell me I could have had this with just that, with not dealing with reality?
Exactly, man. And the thing is so funny, which is I had a nice reminder earlier this week, is we have a tendency to add more layers and more complexities to things that
Oh,
are
we
really
love it.
simple. I mean,
We love
for
it.
life, for example, but even meditation, it was such a good example. It's like even with
Uh-huh.
meditation, a place where you're supposed to go and just relax your mind, here we are making that complex.
Oh
Visualize
yeah, talk
this,
about that, Ellie.
do this. It was so
Yes.
beautiful because relax meditation, which I love doing, it's a practice I really enjoy, is a simple, just like life. It's meant to just quiet your mind, but so
Yes.
often we dive further into what is actually there for, and we get engrossed in what technique,
Mm-hmm.
what am I supposed to be seeing, and it's just you're making it hard.
You're making it harder. You're making it harder. And you know what makes it easier is understanding the reasons
Mm,
for why you should meditate. And if we could talk about that and why things come through you, is if you don't understand why it's important, then you don't know why it's important to meditate. So why do we meditate? The reason we meditate is to observe thoughts, whether they serve us or not, and just try and to the best of our ability, being indifferent to them as we appreciate the silence.
Beautifully
I
said.
always try to really just let go and be a total observer. Don't to the best of your ability, which means if you notice yourself noticing thoughts and getting emotion, you just notice that too. You don't even try to stop yourself because that's resistance. Stop doing that. And we just want to do that. So when you say relax, try to do meditation, a true meditation. And don't get mad at yourself when you do this, everyone. Try to do it for 5 minutes and see, oh, the trash. I should have took it out. Is it Friday? Shit. Oh man, you know what? 15 seconds. 15
I know, like
seconds. And you
I
wake up,
see.
you're in the kitchen, straight in the shells, in the middle of meditation. You're like, what the hell's wrong with
I
me?
know. I'm serious, dude.
Oh my God. It's
And it's
so
but
funny.
isn't it so funny? Because even I always really I feel like when you sharing this, it's just like life. We can
Yeah.
have a potential to overcomplicate things. Just
Oh,
be.
potential. That's what we do. Oh,
I
oh
was trying
my
to be nice.
God. We are definitely predisposed to chaos at this point. It's
Exactly.
like, remember my cousin Vinny, where he couldn't sleep until he was in jail because he
Oh,
was
that
so
movie.
used to chaos that he couldn't sleep until he was sitting in prison with pandemonium, fires, beating people up, and then he went to sleep. Honestly, that's a good portrayal of our minds and how
It
it
is.
is.
It really
It's
is.
like, oh my God, fuck, okay, tomorrow's another day. But here's the funny thing, everybody, is this. That mindset, now all it is you're becoming conscious of what you do on a daily basis.
Hmm.
And then you wonder, why am I sick? Why am I getting more depressed every day? Why do bad things happen? Well, if life happens through you and not to you, then all these thoughts are what's preceding the manifestation of what's coming into your world. You just didn't know it. You just didn't know it. Don't get angry at yourself. Just understand that's what's happening.
Understanding is key. It really is key. On my walk earlier this morning, I heard
Mm-hmm.
another thing that was really beautiful with what you're saying, piggybacking it, is
Mm-hmm.
greet setbacks with joyful surprise. And I love that. Greet setbacks with a joyful surprise. So
So go more than that. Go ahead. I love it. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So absolutely. So it's when things happen, when we have a desire or a goal in life and we're going for it, and you encounter a setback, often our response to it is frustration, negativity, wondering why
Mm-hmm.
me and where it
Mm-hmm.
went wrong. But when you
Mm-hmm.
greet it with a joyful surprise, when you greet it and you respond differently, you can see the golden nugget shining through, and it's that golden nugget
Yes.
that propels you forward
Okay. So it's greeting as in welcoming setbacks. And say the last part again.
as a joyful
Greeting
surprise. Like,
setbacks as a
oh,
joyful surprise. Oh, it's right, right. Because a lot of times, and I'm speaking from a personal thing for me, is like in the past, actually, not many things did not go my way. And I guess just being everyone's predisposed to different things. And I was very good at always turning things around in my mind. Everything's a
hmm,
new situation to me. So I was very blessed with that. But the few times I didn't practice it, I recognized the uncomfortability and I didn't like the feeling of accepting the finality of a situation that that you didn't want to have happen,
you can
and
clarify.
accepting that. But like if you look at something and it happened that way, and game over, that's it, end of story.
Hmm.
And if that's the way you believe, that's the way it will be. But if you look at something and say, oh, although, like for instance, when me in the Secret Service, I got actually turned down, or they became BQI, which is better qualified, BQA, better qualified applicant, BQA.
Hmm.
And so me and my happy self was like, oh well, I guess This is something that people be sitting there waiting for the mail to come in. And what happened was actually they lost my paperwork and a couple other things happened. So months later, I got another letter, but I never gave up. It wasn't that I was constantly thinking about being denied initially. It was that my level of feeling was not associated with that letter that came in. I kept my options open that there's always something better happening. But by denial of facing reality of that letter or finality of that letter made another one come in. And when I
Wow.
got that class, I looked at the classmates I got and was able to see some of the people I would have been with before. And I loved the classmate. And so one was my best friend to this day. But I would
Wow.
not have met him. I would not have known him. I would not have known all the cool people I knew. The experiences that I had were based off the bad timing of the universe of not getting it when I wanted it.
I like that because it kind of reminds me on our episode 6, giving in is not giving up.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
how
That's
you
the
float with
perfect
that.
example. Float with it and the conscious level. Oh my God, it's going to wreak havoc with your brain. It's like, see, so much for you believing in it. Now, if I would have accepted the finality of that letter saying I was not getting into the Secret Service, I would have never gotten in there.
Mm. So, like, two parallel realities are taking place. It's like you're at
Absolutely.
a crossroad, so to speak.
A
That's what the
fork in the
vision
road.
I'm getting.
Yes.
And your
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
response is going to determine which path.
Path
Yeah.
manifests.
Ah, because
And
okay.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dive in more.
I was
So what
going to
else do
say
you feel?
because
Go
in
ahead.
another parallel reality, your response may have been different, and so it just
Mm-hmm.
would have been different reality that
We
you
wouldn't even
walk
be
in.
here. We wouldn't even be
Correct.
here having this thing. I
Ah,
promise you, with that attitude, one step changes a parallel. There's parallel realities for every movement of our life. Every time, and this I learned this from Aaron Doherty. I love his videos too. This is a parallel reality. It's a parallel reality. It's a parallel reality. With the same motion I did this, I could have done something else. By the time everything every movement means another reality. It's hard to grasp with the conscious mind,
uh-huh.
but everything. Sliding Doors is the perfect movie. Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, sliding doors. We'll write that down for okay. And that's
Yeah.
what was happening with her. I have to watch that one. You told me about that.
Actually,
Sliding
that's a
doors.
good, fun homework assignment that we'll mention again later on today. Is that
Let's do that.
for anyone, the millions that are listening in, go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and be like, make sure you watch Sliding Doors with this understanding that this is a movie based off of real reality. Because remember, imagination is reality. Now, if I say it, it's lip service. But when you actually think about it, you have to say it over and over. Imagination is reality. Imagination is
Imagination
reality.
is
Is reality.
reality. Mm.
Imagination is reality. So that means anything physical is just a reflection or a manifestation of what went on in the mind first.
Mm. That is so deep. I was actually getting a playback on me in elementary school or middle school rather, and
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite teachers, Miss Wood, I would
Oh yeah,
daydream and I would play so much in school that my teacher actually called mom.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I do remember that. I remember mom talking about it. She said, "This girl better stop playing all the time." And
Yeah.
they didn't mean anything by it, but do you see how it can get taught out of you?
Yes. Yes. And to this day, I kept remembering, Jody sharing that, our older brother, and I remember it obviously happening. Um, and I was like, you know what? I'm placing that on my bio on the website because look where I am. I'm here. It was a turning point where it, not intentionally, but it's a pivotal point where it could have gotten trained out of you. But it was just
Absolutely,
part of me, and I just loved it. And I still do it to this day, playing in
absolutely.
that.
Oh yeah, she does. Everybody.
But I love what you said. Imagination is reality. Mike, so to me, it's like this might be a little ooh,
Go ahead,
but
bring it.
okay. So I feel that everything here is really an illusion, so to
Hmm.
speak. It's an illusion.
I do too. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's an illusion in the sense that we think what we do physically is what creates the next
Yeah.
thing. That's the illusion. That's
Yeah.
the illusion
Yeah.
is that our what we consider is the action is actually a reaction to what it took place in the vibrational or the I would say the energy field, the energy world. I don't
Mm,
want to just say vibration because I like for people who was this show, this podcast is for everybody. And what I love is science embraces religion. And I love that there's science that can embrace
mhm,
different religions with this. So this is no religion or just spiritual. This is proof for people who love science.
mhm, mhm.
Tesla would say Tesla's. Did you know that Tesla? I was listening about him how when he was doing his experiments, they came out perfect on the first try in physical reality because he would do so much mental vibrational work and let it all come together in his mind first. And I gotta tell you one more story. I meant to share this with you. A lady, Dr. Joseph Murphy, told me that was talking about in one of his recordings how this lady's husband, very affluent. He went. Long story short, he had money. She knew he had a lot of money, but he wasn't very sharing with the wife. But he ended up dying before he invested in some stocks. Well, he never got to invest in the stocks because he died that night. So the cash, they knew that the cash had not been invested yet because they looked through his paperwork and there was no proof of actual paperwork cash going through. But that meant it was in the house, but the house was huge. She didn't know where it was at. So she talked to and he said, imagine you, and he gave her a scenario that she could definitely embrace. She went to sleep that in her dream, she saw a painting on the wall. It was of Abraham Lincoln. Behind the wall was a safe. Behind in that safe was the money. And the combination was given to her in the dream that she never heard of before. She woke up, found the painting around his office that she usually didn't go into or something like that, pushed in the numbers and opened the safe, and there was $50,000 in the cat in there. This is back in the day.
Wow. Hallelujah.
So it's just I get goosebumps telling everybody this because our minds consciously aren't aware of the power we have. That's what I want to say.
It
The
might.
power we have.
That was so beautiful, man. And the illusion, when you're sharing about the illusion part, also, I feel like the illusion is not what you see. So setbacks, we only use that as a word that can connect us in understanding the meaning, but it's
Hmm.
actually beyond the meaning. So we see setbacks as it's pushing us back, but that's still illusion because in reality, in real reality, it's propelling you forward.
It is. It really, really is. It's
So,
so awesome. I
yeah,
love how you said that too, Ellie. Yes, that was very, very well spoken. I love it. It's pushing you forward, but it's only pushing you forward if you allow yourself to understand that it's pushing you forward. Because with the
right.
same energy and choices you could to look forward, you could, because the universe doesn't challenge you, it accepts whatever you wish. This is literally your world.
It is. It is. It is. And we're at time right now. But before we hopped off, I wanted to. Can you
Good stuff.
reflect again that the movie, sliding doors?
Yes,
Okay.
Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Hmm.
Just make sure you find her name. But I would love for everyone to watch that because it's more so about just really breaking down parallel realities in a very minute way. Because in order to really do that movie, you have to do a billion different versions of it. Infinite. Remember, there's infinite versions, but just there's
Hmm.
two versions just by one getting on the train in the beginning and the other missing the train, and then life splits up into two different ways, and you get to see how just that missing a train waiting for the next one, how life would have continued that way, and what happens when you get the next train.
Wow, guys, put that on your movie watch for tonight. It's Friday. Watch it with. It's child appropriate, I would assume.
It is. I mean, there's I would say like 13 and above. Like, yeah. If you're, I would
Okay.
say PG-13 or something like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Something definitely to understand. It's really a good movie to understand. I
That's
like it.
perfect. That's perfect. Grab your popcorn, grab the movie, and tune
Yeah,
into that for a Friday night. How's
there
that?
you go. That sounds awesome. El, why does fun like this happen? So it's like, boom.
I know,
It's not
Mike.
over. Fun doesn't end. But it's just that this show must. But the fun goes on.
I know, right? Guys, it's been awesome as always. We love each and every one of
Absolutely.
you.
Love you
Yes.
guys. Thank you.
Yep. And we'll catch you guys next Tuesday. Have an awesome and safe weekend.
That's right, guys. High five, Ellie. Let's do it. Boom. See ya.
See you, Mike.